Yo, yo, yo. What's up, good people? I know I haven't seen y'all in a while. It's been about 2 months, really. Uh, just my camera here. Yeah, man, I've been going through a lot of things, man. Uh, some health problems and a lot of life issues. Life been life, and you know what I'm saying. From my sickness to uh, one of my brothers, my oldest brother, he about died. Uh, he had a terrible, terrible head injury, on the job injury that almost killed him. He sets up shows all across America. Uh, he's always out of town, whether it's Hawaii, Minnesota. He does a lot of shows in Las Vegas and New York, uh, Dallas, Houston area. Uh, like he sets up body part shows, like for doctors. It'll be hands, feet, legs, uh, stuff like that. Tires, whatever, anything new that's being shipped into the country, he'll do that. Like he set up the Republican Party convention up in Minnesota, and he flew back in town uh, from San Diego to work the Essence Fest. You know, all my people from New Orleans, and so he flew back in town to work that, and was out. He's a boss. He was out driving his golf cart at the convention center down there, and he hit a trench that was dug out, and it threw him out of the golf cart, cut his knee up, put a hole in his head big enough I could put my fist in. I mean, you could literally see his skull. So he was in an induced coma for a while, and in ICU for a couple of days. And the killer was my mom was in surgery. That happened on his birthday. And we didn't find out for 3 days later that he was in ICU the whole while. It was crazy. And we in the hospital with my mom having her surgery. And he down there near unto death, you know. Then I've been battling my own issues. Uh, I've been having a lot of stomach issues. I have what's called diverticulitis. And it's like pits in the lining of your stomach. And for the first time in my life, all the years I've had it, I had a flare up. Uh, I had I got a caffeine sensitivity, and I drank too much caffeine. It was all my fault. I drank a lot of caffeine, and it sent my stomach into a downward spiral, and it inflamed my diverticulitis. Man, I've been messed up for like 7 weeks, and that's why I haven't recorded any videos. You ain't seen nothing because I just been in too much pain, you know. And they running CAT scans on my stomach and all this other stuff. Then you know you go to the doctor, get this medication, that medication. I lie to you not. I've been to the doctor probably about 9 times over the last 6 weeks. You know, and they gave me a bunch of medication, 3 different medications that had an adverse effect to my body that gave me a whole nother problem that was totally different than what we were supposed to be working on. And that took me down through there. The medications did, you know. So then I had to go back to the doctor to get some more medication to battle the medication, that the problem that they just created. You know what I'm saying? All this. And then when you talk to the new doctors, they like, I don't know why they gave you that medication. This medication is gonna do this to you every time. I don't know why they did this. So you know that's why it's called a practice. You just practicing. You know what I'm saying? But it just been a lot going on, man. And I just left a funeral today. My partner, he died a week ago. So it just been a lot of sickness. You know what I'm saying? I have so many different issues going on right now. I got sinus issues that I'm dealing with, waiting to go see specialists because it got my vision blurred. I'm talking about, bruh. Then this, I'm still hurting from it now. Just like 4 days ago, couldn't even breathe. I just started back working out, And I used to get them a lot when I was younger, and in my early 30s, my back would lock up on me, and just that too much blood rushing in that muscle. And the doctor told me, said I'm like this because I got a lot of muscle in my back, you know. So I literally locked up to where I could not breathe while I was trying to cut. So one of my oldest brothers is a barber, so I called him to come down here and finish cutting my customers' hair, and he did. So I couldn't sit down, I could not lay down, I could not do anything but pace, just back and forth with my left arm pinned to my body. I'm talking about, man, my back was hurting between my shoulder blades so much it wrapped under my armpit, in my chest, and everybody like, are you sure it's your back and not having a heart attack? They was trying to call an ambulance for me and everything, man. I was like, nah, I ain't don't call no ambulance. I don't want no $9,000 bill for something I already know what the deal is. You know, I felt it coming on, you know, and I'm used to them. You know, I haven't had one in a long time, in a few years really, and I haven't had one this severe. I mean, it put me on my knees, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I've been going through it, man, the past couple weeks. I ain't gonna lie. So I ain't put out no videos because of that. You know what I'm saying? And my brother is back healthy again. He's healing up really well. The doctor said he's supposed to have a brain injury or be dead, and God got him. God had him, and He carried him right on through. So I just wanted to touch bases with y'all, let y'all know what's been going on. Why I ain't dropped no video, and I just wanted to come talk to my up and coming barbers, and not even just up and coming barbers, but just barbers that still have a lot of time left on the job in their career, uh, about how to be a successful businessman, because that's what you are. You're a businessman. You're not just a barber. You got to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Uh, in a businessman, we have to do it all. You know, we have to buy the tissue paper, we got to buy the napkins, the neck strips, everything that comes with your job. You have to do it. You know what I'm saying? So you need to make enough money to pay your bills. You need to create you a savings account. You got to put enough up in saving. A rule of thumb is if you could save like 15% of your income, just put that away and save it. But you need to try to invest your money in something that can give you a return on your money. And I think one of the easiest things to do, and I'm guilty of this, because I should have known better. You know, my dad was well, I say was, he still is. He trades the stock market. So I've been knowing about the stock market since I was a kid. But to know about it and to do it and to be in it is two different things. You know what I'm saying? You can know about cutting hair, you can know about driving a car, but until you get behind that wheel for the first time, it's a total different feeling. And when you've been seeing your parents drive all these years, you know what I'm saying? I mean, when I got behind the wheel for the first time, and I was driving a full-size Ford van, my daddy was teaching me how to drive on a 2-lane highway. I mean, I'm like, it looked like the car's in my lane, you know? So we was on a country road, and that's where he taught me how to drive with a full-size Ford van. I'm talking about a Econoline. So, you know, that was scary within itself. But that's the same way. That feeling is the same way in anything else that you're trying to do, you know, in your business. You have to get out there and just do it. You got to, you know, you got to try to start a retirement plan. You got to look to the future when you start now. But that's the problem. When we start out, we're young, we don't think about the future because it's just not nothing that's on your mind. You know what I'm saying? You're young and you're like, I'm going to live forever. When you're 21 and 22, 40 years old seem like a light years away. Just 40. But the truth is this, no, it is not. I'm 45. I remember being 18. I remember being 3. My dad and my brother, no, you don't. I told them everything when we was 3. When we went out to California, I described my granddaddy's Cadillac because we had a blue Cadillac and he had a big older model. I said, I remember I was traumatized. I couldn't walk past that head at the top of the stairs. My brother's in the room playing. They like, going in the room. I'm like, no, I'm not going. No, I ain't going nowhere. I'm stuck. My feet is stuck on the ground. I can't walk past that head. Looking back on it, I think it was the head of Martin Luther King that sat at the top of the first flight of stairs. Then you turn and go up to the room. Man, I couldn't make it to them. I couldn't make it past that head. Man, I was terrified. So yeah, I do remember. I remember the layout of the house. That's how terrified I was. I was 3 years old. I remember all of that. So my daddy, they just started laughing at it like, yeah, that's how that house was. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, uh, so you got to plan for these things. You know what I'm saying? And here's some tips that I want to give the up and coming barbers that's first starting out. You know, you older guys, you already know these types of things. But first of all, try to stick to your shop hours. You know what I'm saying? Keep it business. And I'm gonna tell you how you stay out of trouble with just customers. Period. It's by sticking to your rules, because my rules are my rules. If you come in and break my rules, that applies to your friends. See, your friends is the problem. Your friends will try you. The regular customers won't try you like that as much. Your friends will come in here and totally disrespect you. And you'll be like, hey, man, we friends, dog. I asked you to chill out on that. Because, see, your friends, see, barbershops are fun. You know, you're just standing here, you're talking noise, you're talking about the current events and what's going on in the world, and you're saying it however you want to say it. Some people cussing and they blah, blah, blah. But if there's a certain demographic of people that's in your shop, and then another guy walks in, I'm gonna throw this here right here one time. There was a couple cats in here. Well, I ain't gonna put that out there. I am gonna just keep that to myself. But you get what I'm trying to say. If there's a certain type of demographic or a certain type of conversation coming in here, if that type of person that you're talking about is entering your shop, you cannot let that conversation continue. Why? Because you are a business. You can get sued. You gonna be on the hook. Meanwhile, all your friend gonna do is start going to another barbershop, and he gonna talk bad about you, hate your guts, and y'all gonna get into it, and he gonna be at your competitor, which is gonna be 3 doors down in the same shopping center you located in. I know, because that's exactly what happened to me. So, nah, man, stick to your shop hours, stick to your shop rules, man. Friends can definitely put you in the jam. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them play on your name. You can't let them play on your name now. And here's what I mean by that. Like, one customer was in here, we was talking about something that particularly happened with me, and he said something. Hey. No. I'm gonna nip that in the bud right now. That ain't true at all, because you cannot let them put something in the mind of some of your other customers that don't know you like that. They don't know to talk to you like that and to disrespect you like that. See, you may let them say something and get away with it behind closed doors, but in here, this is a business. But your friends will come in and just say something. Repeat something that y'all had going on at the house. No, don't do that up here. So, yeah, I don't let them play on my name. You got to nip that in the bud right off the rip, because this is your business. You got to keep this going. You got to keep the respect level, because when you want something stopped, it can stop a fight. It can stop a shootout in your shop. That shuts you down. It can stop your business name getting out there bad in the community. All that stuff hurts you. So when you want something stopped, I want it stopped. And I told, one of them was a guy that worked for me, and another was a friend. And I told them to stop having this conversation. It's a particular guy walking in here, and he don't need to hear this. Well, we just being real. Yeah, you're being real stupid, and this is really not your shop. So then now I have to talk to them like that. Now, because they so pompous and arrogant that and it's hurting their feelings, to just stop and respect you. And because they don't have no respect for you, because we friends. They don't see this as a business, because y'all just in here having fun. It don't say Walmart on your tag. It don't say Taco Bell on your tag, or the shipyard. So you're going to come in here and just totally disrespect. But you are your own entity. As self-employed, you are your own Walmart. So you got to straighten that. Just like Walmart to call the police and security on you, I will too. Straight up. Because if I don't call the police on you, I'm going to have to deal with you like I'm the police. And I will do that. And I don't have no problem with it. Because I ain't going to let you hurt nobody else in my shop. I got to protect the person that's in this shop. I don't care how old they are, old or young or a baby. It's my job to protect you, and I'm gonna do that. And so, you know, you just gotta stick to your guns, bro. Stick to your rules, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna tell you this another thing. You know, dealing with broke people. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Dealing with broke people, they the worst. They the worst complainers. They always want to tell you how to cut their hair because what they doing is they looking for something free. That's what they doing. They constantly trying to, and they did this right here. Right? See, I run all them off. I only got this. Is what you need to do now. You can build your business with ghetto hood people if you want to. That's you. But I don't prefer to do that. I want to build my business with people with character, people that work a 9 to 5 every day. I'll stay in here late because I know you've been out here grinding. You've been out here working, trying to feed yourself and your family. Don't come up in here 5 minutes before I close. 3, 4, 5 of you guys who've been sitting around at the house all day, twiddling your thumbs, playing Nintendo and smoking weed. I don't have nothing for you. I can't cut your hair. Not studding your hair. See, early on when I was starting out, I used to get stuck for extra 2, 3 hours. I would close at 6. Then 4 guys pop up 5 minutes to 6, and they the local hood guys, and now I'm stuck in here to 8 o'clock because you four want to just now Johnny come late because you've been sitting around the house trying to see what you're going to miss out on. I don't want to miss out on no fun down the street. Oh, now I'm forced to go. He about to close in 15 minutes. Hurry up, let's jump in the car, run down there and jam him up. That's the stuff that be happening. And those type of people, man, they constantly looking for something. They look for any reason to start a fight or argument with you about anything just so they can get a free haircut. And the other thing is they super sensitive people, man. Hood people are the most sensitive people. They wear the most glamorous clothes, all the newest shoes, newest Jordans, janking you because you got on some Walmart clothes and they got on these on the newest, latest style in addition and they ain't got no money in their pocket. And you sitting over there. I mean, I got customers, man. I used to have customers come sit in this chair. They'll pull out $2,000-$3,000, little local drug boy selling a little dope. He'll count $2,000-$3,000 about 9 times. Over and over. Look, bruh, just because you counted that $2,000 9 times, it ain't going to make it 18,000. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? They keep counting over and over and over and over and over. Bro, my food bill just for me alone is $2,000 a month. Just my food bill. That's what the average hood guy don't realize about the average businessman. That stuff you pulling out, that's insurance money for us. We got to pay that in insurance. That's not impressing us. So honestly, I don't even want them as customers. I don't want them to that type of crowd up here. When my shop was split by a lot of barbers that I taught, trained, and helped go to barber school and fed them and gave them gas money. When they left, they took all them riffraff guys with them. I was like, yes, thank God. Get them out of here. Not interested in that customer base at all. I want nothing but serious adults who can talk about life, God, politics, religion, food, who grills the best, how a barbecue grill works, how you set it up, how you rack the meat, how you put the coals on. Let's talk about that. I don't want to hear about, man, he always hating on me. He always hate, man, ain't nobody hating on you. You too broke to get hated on. Straight up. I'm just being real with you. And those style of people, man, will drive you crazy in your shop. Like I had one woman in here. You know, I used to date a cousin. And she was one of these women I'm talking about, just old hood broad. And she come up in here, it was already nighttime, super late. Shop full of people. I'm extremely tired, ready to go. She comes in all loud. You messed my eyebrows up. You messed my eyebrows up. And I'm looking at her. Because I know I didn't mess her eyebrows up 2 weeks ago. I had arched her eyebrows 2 weeks ago. And I looked at her and said, hey. Don't come in my shop doing that. Don't do that. I said, listen, if you ain't got no money and you need your eyebrows arched, You just asked me to arch your eyebrows. Don't come in here in front of these people and act like I messed you up just because you want to go out to the club tonight. And guess what she did? She bust out laughing and said, "You sure right. You sure right. That's exactly what I was trying to do." And see, that stuff irks me. It seems like the broker the person is, the more down out in life and a novice to life and the way life works, the worse they are, the more entitled they feel to something or to you. I should, you should give me this and blank you and flip on you. They got the worst, nastiest attitude. They going off at the restaurant, at the post office, in your barbershop, and you as the owner have to control that trash. You have to keep that out of your life. Not just your barbershop, your life. Trust me, it will go a long way, brother. And I'm going to tell you something else. When you get rid of them people, you will not miss their business. You won't even miss their clientele that they bring with them. Because a lot of barbers, you're just trying to get people in your chair, and you'll cut anybody. And wrong. That's where I went wrong at. That's why I can tell you this. No, when I first started out, I started cutting hair with an old man. He was pushing 70 years old. And I saw the way he ran his shop. And I was like, man, this guy, I can't work over here. He too strict. He too hard. And the older I got, I'm just like it. Cause that what works. Just stick to what's right. Really, honestly, you can have a pool table in your shop. You can shoot dice in your shop, but all that stuff just leads to problems. Honestly, it just leads to problems. Like, I ain't even allow my barbers to come hang out in here and cut after a certain hour. Why? Because you running up my bill. This is a business. McDonald's and everybody else close at a certain time. This shop gonna close at a certain time, which means your customer needs to get in here doing operating hours. Why? That keeps my, as the owner, overhead down. Cause what? I could be at the house sleep. And y'all just hanging out in here till 2 o'clock in the morning, running the AC because y'all hang out every day of your life somewhere at somebody's house in the hood, smoking your weed and whatever the case may be. You ain't gonna turn my shop to no hangout shop. Y'all up in here eating, leaving trash. Now you creating another rodent issue that I don't even know being created in my shop because I'm asleep where I'm supposed to be. So young people starting out, man, stick to your rules. Don't let that riffraff come up in your life, man. And and speaking on investing, here's what I'm gonna tell you, just a little nugget. I'm not a great, I'm not a great investor. I've done well in some areas, but I should invest it in the S&P 500. The S&P 500 is your top 500 companies in America that's performing at its best. So just do little things like that. Just put you some money aside, put it in there, because we have to create our own retirement. You have to understand it. And what happens is we get a lot of money. We walk around with a wad of cash. But out of that, you got to pay all the bills. Remember that. You got to still pay for some health insurance because you are your own entity. Just like you work for said shipyard or said oil company, you have to create everything that they would create for you, which is benefits, insurance, retirement. So if all you have left over after you paid all your bills and paid into your retirement or a Roth IRA, whatever you got going on, go sit down and talk to a financial advisor. If all you got is $200-300 left over, that's all you got. Remember, you already put your 15% in your savings, so you already saving. So if you got $200 left over, and you already got your groceries, that's a plus. That's great. But because I ain't balling, you can't go buy tennis shoes just because you made $600 in 2 days. You out there buying tennis shoes with it. But life is bigger than that. Life is way bigger than right now. You know what I'm saying? You got a plan, Like, I buy and sell houses. I sold one a month ago. I purchased one tomorrow. My closing was supposed to be last Friday, but things happened on their end, and so now I close on it tomorrow. Well, that's why every time I go to a car lot to buy a car, I see a Mercedes 85,000, and I'm still gonna pull the trigger sooner or later. But whew, I pull up to the lot, man. I'm looking at all these vehicles, man, and I just can't make myself do it. I just get back in my old truck and drive off every single time, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because with that 85,000, I know how much money I've made over the years with 85,000. I bought a house for 83,000, put 25 in it, sold it for 193. You can see that on this video. I just go find a video where I did that with. You know, I have bought houses for 65,000, and I just sold that house for 160,000. I paid 60 grand for the house. So after I put my rehab into it, my profit was 70 grand. So you see what I'm saying? I've taken $25,000 and I've grown it over $1 million from flipping properties. And I'm a barber. You understand what I'm saying? Now there's thousands of barbers who make more money than me. My heart, I never got into the barber game to be a barber. I got into it. I was trying to make it in the music business. I sing and stuff like that. So I've sung on national television, been in a few little magazines. You know what I'm saying? I've done all those things. Had a few little deals on the table. I've been around. I've sung background for a lot of artists. I've opened up for a lot of people that you hear on the radio. And so I needed a way to feed myself. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna be a barber. And because we grew up cutting hair. You know what I'm saying? My brother had became a barber. I had a cousin that was a barber. I never stepped foot in a barbershop until I was 17 years old. I had never been inside of a barbershop. Never. Didn't even know what it was. I didn't even know you had to go to school to become a barber. Till my cousin told me. I knew nothing about it. We always cut our own hair. So I was like, if I'm out somewhere, I'm going to need some money to eat if I got to go to Atlanta. And I did. I got a couple phone calls. I had to shut the shop down and shoot straight to Atlanta. And I got on an independent soundtrack to an independent movie, So I was grinding like that. So I want to do bigger business. I'm a day trader. So I do things. I invested in Bitcoin and I sold it like an idiot. I was in XRP. I just recently, like 6 months ago, sold my XRP, but I'm finna buy that back and get back on that wagon. You know what I'm saying? I hold a lot of some coins and stuff like that. I even have the physical cash, hoping that one day their dollar revalue. I have millions in Iraqi money. You know what I'm saying? I have the physical millions of their money. So it ain't worth nothing. It might as well be tissue paper right now. But if it ever be worth 10 cents again, hey, 10 cent time however many million I have, So I got that. I bought that back in 2012 when I should have been purchasing Bitcoin. But Bitcoin was just too hard to get into. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know how to get it. And when I looked into it, it was so hard. You got to go through all these blockchains. You got to remember, I knew nothing about a computer. I didn't start fooling with computers till about 5 years ago when I started trying to day trade. And so I learned that. So you got to get into things that's high earning, high paying skills, And day trading, yes, you're going to lose a lot of money trying to learn. Dude, I have lost over $200,000 cash dollars trying to learn how to day trade. Trust me, I have most definitely did it, And I've recently took a hit in the head with y'all can watch that video. I lost $101,000 of my cash on that house deal, just trying to help this guy out, because it wasn't for me, because I was only gonna make $11,000 on the deal. $11,000. I don't even fool with people, because all they do is destroy you, destroy what you got going on, destroy. Go back to that stuff I said earlier in the video. Ditto hit that, and he cost me 77 grand on one deal. I had to pay $77,000, come behind him and fix the mistake and all his lies and lies and lies. Bro, when you fool with broke, stupid people, you are bringing yourself down to where they are. You have already been lifted somewhere. God has already taken you somewhere. And then you got a little something, so you kind of feel like, let me reach back and help them. But no, they there for a reason. Most people that are broke, they're because they want to be broke. They have been having a certain mentality their whole life. I didn't realize and didn't know this guy was such a liar and a con artist and a schemer. You broke because that's where you're supposed to be. God got you right where you supposed to be, because you've been lying and scheming so much. You know what I'm saying? And listen, I didn't bounce back. All he had to do was do the right thing and work with me, man. I was forking the bills. I paid all the bills. I was giving him money, gas money too, and food money. I was feeding him every day like he was my child. I was gonna keep him working. All he had to do was just do right, but he couldn't do that. I give him $100 so he can have gas money for his truck, so he can run back and forth to the stores to buy supplies. Man, this man went and took a woman out that he met at an apartment complex that was managing an apartment complex. And guess what he did? He went and bought her crab legs off of my $100 that I just gave him for gas in his truck. Boy, when I tell you, man, the Lord took me through it that year, but I'm better for it now, because I have learned so much more. I have got so much more educated about financial things and how to grow my money, grow my business, you know. And now I haven't even said anything to anybody, but I'm actually into another business right now. And so I won't speak on that until things have went through okay, you know. So far it's rolling, you know. So I'm just gonna see. But the Lord enlightened me. He even enlightened me on how to buy properties a better way, you know. I used to could only take my money and buy one house. Now I can buy 2 and 3 at one time, you know. And I just went through everything I went through in 2023. So, and then I bounced back. I put that money into the market and lost the majority of it. So then I had to fight and scrap all over again from since last year to come back, you know. So head knowledge, man, is everything. You must educate yourself on financial literacy. Because I'm going to tell you, people, nobody is going to pull you up. Nobody. And I want my young and upcoming barbers to know that. You can make a lot of money in this game. You get out of this game what you put in this game. You know, it ain't, my brother, he probably, as a barber, he just said today he made $3,000 last week cutting hair. I got another friend, he averaged about $2,200 every week. When I used to cut 17 to 22 heads on a Saturday, those were the most miserable days of my life, man. I don't want to be that guy. That's fine for them. I don't want to cut that many heads no more, because it about killed me. And I'm traumatized, honestly, you know. I mean, my feet was hurting bad. I got type 2 diabetes because of this, yes. And what I mean because of this is because, you know, it ran in my family. I was young. I didn't know what it was, you know. I'll be up in here. I'm talking about you got so many heads. I got 13 heads at 6 o'clock p.m. I closed at 6 p.m. And I still had 13 heads waiting for just me. Well, I wound up walking out of here at 12 o'clock that night. And then I left here and went to the Waffle House. Because I ain't ate in about 8 hours. And your mind tell you, instead of going home and getting in the bed, your mind say, man, you ain't ate nothing. Just go relax, go eat. And and I did that type stuff for years, and it caught up to me, caught up to me quick, because I found out I had it at the age of 26. I got checked every year, and I was fine every year. But what happened was Katrina hit. I was 25 years old, and I normally get checked around my birthday time, a couple months after Katrina, and and when Katrina hit, I didn't get checked. Of course, y'all know Katrina was very devastating. When nobody, that was that wasn't like that's something that just happened in a day. Katrina, we still have lasting results from Katrina. 20 years later, we finna celebrate the 20th anniversary of Katrina here in about 30 days. And I knew it when it hit. I said, this coast's gonna be forever changed. It's buildings and things that's not gonna come back. Man, it's still vacant lots all up and down the coastline from where Katrina wiped buildings off, and buildings still vacant. And I said, we're gonna always remember, like with Christ, BC, AC, AC, BC. That's how people are going. I always say that people are going to start relating things to. That was before Katrina when that happened. That's how devastating and life changing Katrina was down here on the coast. We still speak of, no, that happened before Katrina. That was 20 years ago. So that's how man, I'm starting to get old, because it's like I just remember doing that. But Katrina was 20 years ago. You know? So I just came on here, man, to just have a little chit chat with you up and coming guys. And for the guys that's in this business that ain't looking out for themselves, because you're not really on your mind, and you think about, man, I'm just grinding, but you want to have something when you're done grinding. You know what I'm saying? And just go to a financial advisor. But the deal is this: you really don't know nothing, so you don't trust nobody else with your hard-earned money. Because you see it and you're giving it to them. See, when you work for an entity like a shipyard, you don't see it and you don't know where it's going. So it ain't on you so strong to ask for it back. But when you got to literally give it to them, like me, I had to learn how to do my own investing. I'm a day trader and I buy and sell houses. So I put a lot of money at risk. That's why I lose a lot sometimes, because I put a lot up. So it's not a cakewalk, man. It took me many years to get here. It took me many years to save what I saved, and it took me no time to lose that type of money, because things happen. Like I say, I helped him out. After I got through dealing with all that, in another case, I was down $101,000 just like that overnight. Then you go investing and trying to hurry up and get it back, and then you lose that too. I'm telling you, I hate to tell you how much I lost since 2020. I didn't. I lost. Close to $500,000. I've lost close to $500,000. But the key is you have to earn more than you lose. That's the key right there. You gotta. It's a happy. Ain't nothing wrong with losing, as long as you bring more home. So I was able to do that. I was able to stay ahead of my losses when I was losing in the markets trying to learn. So every time I lose 80 grand, I go running buy a house and sell it, because houses have always made me money. So I go bet on sure thing while I was still trying to learn. But hey, I just kept it going, man, until I figured it all out. So we're gonna see what this chapter have for me in the upcoming future. So, young barbers, take me serious about your future. You got to start now, because 20 years go by just like that. I know it don't seem like it at your age you are now, but it will. And tend to your shop business. Put your foot down and stand on it. Don't worry about losing them as a customer, because if you're standing on business and what's right, If you lose them as a customer, it's a blessing. You want to lose them as a customer. God don't even want you to have them as a customer. I'm telling you, because they nothing but future problems. Hey, well, I appreciate you guys listening to me. I talked longer than I expected. So, all right. Thank you. I'm out.